So in this one, I thought I would tell you why I believe that dark-skinned black women's top is highest among white men. But before we get into it, I just wanted to acknowledge that I do understand that most Caucasian men are partner to Caucasian women. And I also know that according to the data, most black men are married or partner with black women. So even though I know the data, why do I still believe that dark-skinned black women's top is highest among white men? Well, because your husband is actually the only family members of yours that you actually get to choose. So you may as well choose the best man for the job. Like, I understand that for some dark-skinned black woman, a black man is going to be the best man for the job. Okay, he's going to be an amazing husband, he's going to be an amazing father, you know. And if that is you, love that for you. Okay, but for most of us, I actually believe that we should open our dating pool to Caucasian men. But before I get into why I believe that, for the whole thing to make sense, I want to tell you that I personally believe that most men are not actually with their dream woman. That means that most men are partnered with a woman that they would not actually choose if they had their pick. Okay, if they could go out there and be with anybody, most men would not be with their wife or girlfriend. I don't care. And you know, we see it all the time. How when men get into money, they actually tend to leave the woman they were with. We've seen it with Kevin Hart, we've seen it with 50 Cent, we've seen it with even Jeff Bezos. Like, he was with his ex-wife, he even started Amazon in her garage. Okay, once he got the money, what did he do? He ditched her or cheated on her first with Lauren Sanchez. Okay, because he was probably allegedly, okay, I don't have going toe to toe with Jeff Bezos money in court. Okay. But yeah, he was probably a nerd in school and always wanted to be, you know, with the girls who were considered deemed, quote unquote, you know, whether you think Lauren Sanchez is attractive or not, she's hot. Okay, and we can assume that he wanted to be with the hot girls, you know, at school, in uni, and they wouldn't give him the time of day because he was a nerd. And now that, you know, he has all the money in the world, like literally all the money in the world, he can actually be with the type of woman he's always wanted to be with. Okay, and that talking point is important because most black men are married to black women. And that talking point is important because every time in my real life, when I tell people that my stuff is highest among Caucasian men, which is something that I can prove to you right now, I'm going to get into Tinder and I'm going to show you my matches. Now, keep in mind, I swipe right on black men. Okay, I don't have Tinder Go right now, unfortunately, so I can't show you the people I swipe right on. But I promise you, you can't believe me, I swear to you, I do swipe right on them. Okay, so let's get into my matches. Let's have a look at that. Let's see who swiped right on me. Can you guys see this? So right now I have about 1,000 matches, and let's look at them. Let's see what they look like. Let's get into it. Let's do it. Let's see. Okay. Okay, honey. Okay, baby. Okay. Okay. And if I continue, it's going to continue being like this. It's going to continue being like this. You're not going to see Tyrone in these matches, honey. It's going to continue being like this. You know? And Lord knows I swipe right on him sometimes. But baby, check it out. Have a look for yourself. See for yourself. You know, people don't get it. They come back at me with the data. They're like, but most black men are married to black women though. But do they want to be? Do they want to be? I'm about to shake the tables and tell you that I personally do not believe that. Because let's keep it about, a lot of black men treat black women horribly. And yes, I know probably that some white men treat black women horribly as well, but I'm going to talk about what I've seen and what I heard about. And it is a lot of dark-skinned black women being with this man who clearly don't want to be with them, impregnating them and not taking care of the kids, not wanting to work. Oh my god, that's such a big one, right? There's a reason why there's the stereotype about the black nerd and the dusty, right? So the woman is working her behind off, the man is staying at home all day playing video game or whatever it is he's doing, not even taking care of the kids because the kids be in daycare even though he's jobless. You know, all of these black women will also leave their car with the man and take the bus. Like imagine having a vehicle, okay, having paid for it, like paying for the insurance every single month, okay, and taking the bus to work, to leave your vehicle with a dusty who's going to use it to go and front to other women who probably don't look like you. Women he's actually attracted to, unlike you, while you're busting your behind at work. Some of y'all, listen, Jesus be some self-esteem, okay? Because baby, listen, you need intervention, okay? You need the Lord, child. And again, like I said, most men don't actually want to be with a woman that they're with, or at least I wouldn't say they don't want to be with her, but like I said, if they could pick anybody, maybe she wouldn't be their first choice. Unlike women, men understand that, you know, partnering somebody is about what you can get. You know, men are very pragmatic when it comes to love. I believe it is because they don't watch, you know, Cinderella and Pocahontas and all of these bullcrap Disney movies that we are fed, you know, as little girls, as women. When we are children, we are told that, you know, someday this magical man is going to come and it's going to make us so happy. He's going to marry us and we're going to become mothers and we're going to be the happiest women in the world. You know, men don't watch this stuff. You know, little boys, for the most part, you know, I'm talking about men who are in their 40s and up today. They didn't watch Cinderella and Pocahontas when they were children. They were not told when they were children that being a father is going to be the most meaningful thing they do. I mean, I understand that some men were told that by their fathers, but most men were not. They were not told that being a husband is going to be the most biggest or amazing thing they achieve. So yeah, they were outside playing with them guns, okay? They were outside, okay? That's what they were doing. And because of that, men are actually pretty pragmatic when it comes to choosing partner, in my opinion. Men are very good at compartmentalizing people. Like a man knows from, you know, the very early stages of dating you, if, you know, you are his woman. Like a man can sleep with you and not feel any type of attachment with you whatsoever, right? This is why we tell women to withhold. So yeah, men are not as emotional as women when it comes to choosing a partner. That is my personal belief. And I believe that is why, you know, they can see the thing like a business transaction and they can see, okay, this is the best woman I can get for now. She's the one I have access to. She's the one within my league. So I'm going to pick this one. I'm going to choose her. She's going to be the mother of my kids. I believe she would be an amazing mother, even though maybe she's not the most beautiful woman in the world, or she's not the most educated woman in the world, or she's not the woman I'm most attracted to in the world, or she's not the thinnest woman in the world. I'm still going to pick her because she is the best I can do right now, okay? And I believe that is often what is lacking with us women, okay? We often partner for potential. Like, we're like, oh yeah, you know, he's not, you know, exactly where I want him to be right now, or he's not exactly who I envision he can be, but you know, I can change him, I can fix him, right? We are mental. We are mental, okay? Delusional. So yeah, I say all of this to say that I don't actually believe that a lot of black men who are married to black women or partnered with them are actually attracted to them. I don't actually believe that that's who they would choose if they had all the resources in the world. I actually don't believe that that's who they would choose if they had their pick at the ladder, if they could pick anybody. I don't believe that a dark-skinned, 4C hair having, round nose having black woman is who they would choose. I don't believe that a woman with negative features, yes, I said what I said, is who they would choose. Because we know that most black men are colorist AF. We know this. They come out and they tell us this every day. They tell us how we don't have the good hair. They tell us, you know, how we're too dark. They tell us how our nose is too big. They tell us this every day. It was, you know, Kodak Black or Kodak Yellow or whatever his name is. And, you know, I can go on and on and on and on how Kanye West made this. It was the casting of a video, I believe, and he said that, you know, no dark skin did black women through the 10. And yeah, you know, there are too many examples, too many anecdotal experiences or examples for me to be able to name them, so we're just not going to get into that. If you don't believe black men are colorists, good for you. I know that to be true. I know it to be a factual fact, and that's somewhere in the lane, okay? Yeah, and that is why I believe that, you know, dark-skinned, especially the one with negative features, again, I said what I said, stock is high among Caucasian men. Yes, most Caucasian men are going to partner a Caucasian woman, but let's say that you are a dark-skinned black woman who live in America. I believe that black women make up less than 6% of the American population. I believe it's 4%, but I'm going to Google and, you know, fact check myself. Whereas Caucasian men are in the 39%, okay? So if you are a dark-skinned black woman who wishes to open up your options, there's actually enough Caucasian men out there for you to date, because not all Caucasian men are going to be dating Caucasian women, even though, like we already established in the beginning of the video, most of them will, okay? But among the ones who date out, I believe that when Caucasian men want to date out, they don't actually mind dating out, right? If they're gonna date a Asian woman, they're gonna date an Asian woman who look Asian, okay? If they're gonna date a black woman, they're going to date a black woman who they don't mind actually looking black, looking monoracially black, okay? Looking blackity black. They don't actually mind that. They don't mind if your nose is rounder, a little bigger. They don't mind if your hair is 4C, a little kinky. As a matter of fact, there is no partner I've ever had who didn't tell me how they wanted me to wear natural hair. They wanted for me to wear it in this natural state. They would help me deep condition it. They would help me moisturize it. Like, they would always gas me up, hype me up when I would wear my natural hair. And they would, you know, never actually compliment me on wearing A1 straight hair, because guess what? If they want to be with Becky, they would be with Becky. And that's the true. Like, that's true tea. If they wanted Becky, they would actually go and get Becky, but they don't actually want her, okay? So that's why they're with you, and this is why you're going to see, for example, and I know all of this is anecdotal experience as much as the me showing you my dating matches on Tinder is also anecdotal experience, right? I'm only one out of hundreds of millions of dark-skinned, 40 hair having, round nose having black women, and yes, I'm well aware of that. Thank you very much. But yeah, on TikTok, you're gonna find a lot of this content of Caucasian men doing their black girlfriends and wives' hair, you know, whether they're braiding it, deep conditioning, helping them detangle it, whatever. You are not gonna see nearly as much content like that coming from black men though. Now, there is a little bit of content of black men doing their black daughters' hair. I'm gonna use black in quotation here because most of the girls are, you know, mixed somehow, you know, they're like, they be biracial, even if, you know, they're not like half white, they be half Hispanic, they be half Dominican, they be have other things, okay? So yeah, but yeah, I've seen that doing the daughter hair sometimes, but I rarely ever see a black man actually doing a black woman's hair on TikTok or here on YouTube. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, maybe that content just hasn't come across my For You page. That's also possible, right? Because, you know, the algorithm see the type of content you engage with and then it pushes more of that content to you. But yeah, I believe that there's a lot more content of, you know, Caucasian people engaging 4B 4C hair on the internet online than there is of black men engaging 4B 4C hair belonging to their wives and girlfriends. Of course, you know, you're gonna find a lot of black men taking care of their own hair, putting, you know, the waves or whatever it is they do, or locking it, or whatever, yada yada yada, blah blah blah, online. But yeah, I say all of this to say that if you're a dark-skinned, 4C hair having, big nose having, round nose having black woman, your stock may be high as I'm a white man, but even if it isn't, just try it. You know, I want black women to be proactive about their dating life. You know, somehow we understand that you have to be proactive about your studies if you want a stable job, right? We understand that you have to be proactive about your business if you want to become rich or wealthy, right? But we don't seem to understand that you also have to be proactive about your dating life. Like, if you want to meet somebody, you have to treat dating like a second job, period. Okay, there's no other way to find a partner today. It is what it is, okay? I personally, I'm not interested in dating right now, but you know, when I did put in a lot of hours trying to find a partner, and every time I did that, I actually found a partner, right? Because it's a numbers game, okay? And that's somewhere in the lane. So whether you end up partnering a Caucasian man or no, I want you to open up your option, not only to Caucasian men, but to Arab men as well, and Asian men, and to all group of men. Anybody who is interested in you, anybody who wants to be with you, give them a chance, see what they're about, let them take you out on that, and then vet them, you know, ask questions and find out, see how they treat you, see what they're willing to do for you, and you know, for your kids if you have any, and then from there decide whether you want to be with them or not. You don't have to actually partner one. You can go on a date with a Caucasian man and then end up deciding it's not for you. Just give it a try, right? Be open to your life changing, maybe. And I want to end this video by saying that there are two types of Caucasian men that you should never ever date, you know, because all Caucasian men are not amazing. I know that among divestors, sometimes there's this idealization of white men. By the way, I don't consider myself a divestor. I'm not a divestor. I'm just somebody who would date anyone who treats me like the queen that I am. And that's one period. That's somewhere in the lane, okay? Or I would date anybody that gives me the world. I would date anybody that treats me and my daughter as if we're the best thing since sliced bread. I would date anybody that is obsessed with me. And that's that on that, okay? But yeah, not all Caucasian men are great. Not all Caucasian men are wealthy. Not all Caucasian men are amazing. Not all Caucasian men are non-violent. You know, men would be men. At the end of the day, most men, Caucasian or no, are not worth partnering. I said what I said. Okay, most men are a waste of time. They're a waste of energy. For most of them, the juice is just not worth the squeeze. And I said what I said, okay? But yeah, these are the two groups of Caucasian men that I personally would never, ever, ever, ever date. Now, I dated the first group when I was younger, and I would never do it again. And it is Caucasian men who only date black women. Caucasian men who exclusively date black women. They won't date anybody else but a black woman. I'm sorry, but there's something wrong with you. Like, why are you this obsessed with us? It's too much. I don't care. I once remember going on a date with this man who was like, my sister is with a black man. They moved to America together. My brother is with a black woman. And I was like, absolutely not. I don't know what you and your family is planning, but I want no part of that. I'm not gonna be your sacrificial lamb, okay? Please get me out of it. Please get me out of here now, okay? And the second category of Caucasian men you shouldn't date, in my opinion, are Caucasian men who actually dislike or have a disdain for black men. I think it's very, very weird. A lot of Caucasian men actually really like black women. They will date black women, but they have a disdain, like a very strong disdain for black men. They don't like them at all. Like, you can tell when they talk about them. I remember going on a date again with this man, and I could tell he had an aversion for black men or to black men when he talked about them. Like, by the way he talked about them, you could tell like they disgust him. You could tell like he was disgusted by them, and I was like, this is so weird. Like, why are you turned on by me and disgusted by my brother? Like, that's off. I wasn't interested in going on a second date with him. I think that is very, very weird. I think you should stay away from Caucasian men like that, because clearly it's a fetish. Like, why would you like black women and not like black men? Like, what if you have a son, for example? If you're a single mother and going into this relationship, like, how is he gonna treat your boy with time as he become a teen, as he become a young man? Like, I think it's off. I think something is wrong with people who only like, you know, one gender of an entire race, an entire group. I understand that there's only one race, it's the human race, but you know, we say what we say. But yeah, avoid those because they're off, they're weird. In closing of this video, I just wanted to emphasize again that your husband or partner is the only family member of yours that you actually get to choose. So please choose carefully, choose the best man for the job. Choose the man that is going to treat you as if you were the best thing since sliced bread. Choose somebody who speaks life into you, who speaks life into your hair, who speaks life into your future. If you have children, choose somebody who speaks life into your kids, who treat your kids well, you know, even if he doesn't treat them as if they were his own, who actually treat them, you know, with care. Choose somebody who is obsessed with you. Choose somebody who worships the ground you walk on, because, you know, you don't deserve any less. And if you can't find that person, then stay single, plain and simple. Okay, and that's all Mary and the Lame. If you enjoyed this video, do not forget to give it a thumbs up. In the comment section down below, let me know, if you're a dark-skinned black woman, what is the men that you attract? What are the men that approach you the most when you're out in the street minding your business, or just at a bar with friends or whatever? Do not forget to subscribe to my channel as well, and I will talk to you on Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bye girls, thanks for watching. Mwah.